There isn't the time, there isn't the money, and there isn't the expertise for us to be able to look for every kind of past in every part of the world all at the same time. So we are always making an active decision about which past we want to look for and invest in looking for at which time. So in that sense, every decision we make about the past we choose to search for is indicative and tells us something about our present and really what our particular concerns and interests are in the present. One of the first examples we look at in the book, so X Marks the Spot tells the story of the development of archaeology as a discipline from really the beginning of the 19th century through until today. And the first example is the discovery story of the Rosetta Stone in Egypt, which of course allowed us to crack the hieroglyphic code and read Egyptian hieroglyphs. And now that stone was discovered in 1799, but it was discovered because soldiers were digging up random pieces of stone and material to use to build a defensive wall. And these were French soldiers in Egypt building a defensive wall in Egypt against a possible attack, having recently conquered Egypt. Now, why was France at that period of time interested in Egypt? It was interested because on the one hand, it was a real geopolitical linchpin and a French riposte to British control of India. So the French thought if they controlled Egypt, it would help rebalance the global geopolitical map. But it was also because at this time in history, Egypt had become a real source of inspiration for new radical modern thinking. Ancient Egypt had become a kind of inspiration for modern radical thinking. And of course, France had most recently tipped into that most radical of thinking revolution with the French Revolution. And so the revolutionary government was very keen to associate itself with this ancient origin, if you like, point of revolutionary new ideas. And so that need to militarily control Egypt in terms of the geopolitics overlapped with that historical interest and understanding of ancient Egypt, and meant that when the soldiers sailed for Egypt, they took with them all the experts France could find about ancient Egypt. And those experts were at the forefront of both the conquest and discovery of Egypt at the same time. And as a result, soldiers looking for stones to build a defensive wall stopped what they were doing when they found a stone that had writing on it in Greek and in hieroglyphics, and realized its significance and passed that stone immediately on to the experts who began the story that would take another 20 years to crack the code of the hieroglyphic writing.